Welcome to Sterling Sparrow Marketing. I'm Leslie, the owner of Sterling Sparrow Marketing, and we are here to give you business growth tips and marketing tips and tricks to help you grow your business. So today we're talking about digital marketing. We're going to cover everything from SEO to social media marketing and give you some tips and tricks so that you can do it on your own. Let's dive in. All right, so first up today, we're going to talk about SEO, or search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is basically all of the tasks that you do so that you will be found on search engines. Mostly Google, it's a big performing one, but also Bing and all of those other ones. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this, and that is a whole video in and of itself, which we will be doing. But for this, we're just going to go over the basics. So for search engine optimization, which P.S., somebody told me once recently that SEO is dead. I was like, not unless you've stopped using computers. But yes, I don't have a tail, by the way. That is my cat. Search engine optimization is basically when you are optimizing keywords. So if you have a doctor's office, you're going to use those keywords of the services you provide to help search engines know that that's what you provide, so that when people are searching doctor near me or ENT near me, you're coming up on those search results. Basically, you need to make sure that your website is optimized for SEO. And to do that, it is a long game. A lot of people are like, well, I just launched my website, so it should be good to go. But unfortunately, with SEO, it's something that you have to do ongoing, forever, and regularly. So there are tasks that you want to do every week. There's some that you need to do every month. There's some that you need to do every 6 months. But overall, you just want to make sure that your site is optimized with the keywords and the services or the things that you guys offer, so that when people search those specific things, Google is like, oh, I'm pulling this from over here and over here and over here, because those are the keywords that Google is finding. So if your site is optimized to have those keywords within the site, on the homepage, within your headlines, your title tags, your meta descriptions, then Google can identify what you are providing, what services you offer, what your site is about, find you more easily, understand your content, and show those to people as they're searching. So it is a big process. That is why some people, that is all they do as their job is SEO. And I always tell my clients that unless you are a marketer, you probably shouldn't be doing marketing, because a lot of people don't even understand how deep, especially SEO gets, and how much there is to go over. So you can do technical SEO, which is, like I said before, the H1s, the title tags, the meta descriptions. That's kind of on the back end of your website. And then you're going to have the regular keyword optimizations on your content. So if you are a pet groomer, obviously you're going to have those kinds of keywords within your site so that people are finding those keywords when they search for something on the internet. Google is like, oh, pet groomer, I can pull this from this website. This is what they're talking about. Here you go. So that's kind of the basics for that. And then you also have local SEO, which some people kind of forget about, but Google My Business is a huge one for helping with local SEO. It helps you rank when people do those searches of like pet groomer near me. And also Yelp, I think Bing Places is still a thing. Yeah, it is. Any of those help you with SEO. Another thing you want to do when you are doing your website and optimizing it is create high quality backlinks. Now, a backlink is something that literally links back to your website. So if you are if you're an author, right? And you want to be found on searches, you're going to make sure that when people are doing write-ups and reviews of your book, that they're backlinking that book to your website, right? So if you're on the New York Times bestseller list, there is a backlink from that list to your website so that they can find you, learn more about you, buy your book. Backlinks can be a little tricky because you do have to usually request those backlinks. It's not that somebody usually is just out there backlinking for you. So that is something that you might want to make sure that your marketing company, or if you use us, is doing that for you on a regular basis. So big takeaways for SEO: optimizing your content on your site, local SEO, making sure your technical SEO is up to standards, and quality backlinks. All right, let's move on. All right, next on our list, PPC. Now, PPC stands for pay per click. And you've probably heard a lot about this, and maybe you've tried it in the past. Maybe it has worked, maybe it hasn't. The thing about paid ads is they are complicated. It is a very difficult thing to get optimized and running so that you are seeing those results. And that's why we always recommend a professional who has that experience, because otherwise you're kind of just throwing something at the wall, hoping it sticks, right? So the thing about paid ads is that they are, in my opinion, the #1 way to get your leads the quickest. And the reason for that is that you can target different groups, you can find your audience with keywords, bid on those keywords, and then get shown in front of those people. So the way it works is basically, we'll go back to pet groomers, okay? You're a pet groomer, you want to run an ad on Google. The good thing is that Google allows you to really drill down who your target audience is. So we can look at demographics, we can look at their ages, we can look at locations, and then we pull in those keywords. And the best thing to do if you are looking for leads, lead generation, quickest way to get there with people that are lower in that funnel. And by funnel, I mean, if you have a funnel, like this, people are in the top, those are your cold leads, right? The further you get down that funnel, the warmer they are. So the closer they are to converting. Now, when you do a Google ad, you get those people that are a little bit further down in that funnel. And that's because you're targeting them based on their search history, based on their interests, their demographics, their location, and then those keywords that you're bidding on. So if you are bidding on pet groomer Arizona, pet groomer Gilbert, whatever it may be, when people search for those, that's when you're shown. And those are just for Google search ads. There's a couple different ads when it comes to paid ads. You have display ads, which can be really good for brand awareness and retargeting your audience. And then you have those search ads. And those are the ones that come up when you search. You see those on Google. They say sponsored underneath. And those really are the ones that are targeted towards what people are searching for. So therefore, you're seeing something that you asked for. Now, with social media paid ads, it's a little different. It's what we call interruption marketing. The reason for that is they're scrolling, right? They're just scrolling on Facebook, checking out the latest, what's going on. Boom. There you are. There's your ad front and center, a display ad. And that is because for whatever reason, they were targeted for that ad. So again, on these paid ads, you can target them based on their interests, behaviors, ages, locations, all of that. And so they're scrolling and they're seeing your ad because something they have done matches something you have set up on the other side of your paid ads. Now, interruption marketing is not always the best way to convert people to leads because they're not really searching for it. Yes, it might be something they're interested in. They might have been talking about it to their friend 2 days ago, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're actively searching. So those kinds of ads tend to take a little more time to convert, which is why when you run those ads, or when you're seeing those ads even, you're seeing a lot of the same ads. The same companies start showing up in your feed, and that's because it's taking a lot longer to have you decide, you know what, okay, now I'm gonna click on this. it's still not for me. Shows the ad, shows the ad, shows the ad. Next time you see it, you click on it, and then you're like, you know what? I am going to go ahead and request that freebie from Sterling Sparrow Marketing, because you finally kind of got worn down, right? It showed to you enough times that you decided, you know what? Now I am interested. I need to learn more. And so that is where the leads are at the top of that funnel, or maybe a little bit further down, but they're not as low as search leads, but they still do help. And the thing with all ads that I always say is, don't forget the other aspect of how these are going to help you, which is getting eyes on your site, getting traffic to your site. And when you get traffic to your site, Google starts to take notice of that, and it helps to increase your Google rank, because then Google's like, oh, people are going to this site. There must be something of value there. And with value, they want to show it more. So paid ads do have that benefit, as well as getting those leads, getting them to your site, to hopefully a landing page that is set up to convert those leads with a form and a way to get them to say, yes, I am interested, please reach out to me. So paid ads are kind of that bulletin board for your company that's going to help get more eyes on you the fastest. All right, let's talk about social media marketing. So social media marketing is a great way to get in front of your audience, and most of the time it's free. The things you need to keep in mind are, who is your audience? What platforms do they actually frequent? What problems do they have, and how can you solve them? And then from there, you want to create engaging content that offers value that people are going to like watching, whether it's reels or going live sometimes, or just the regular posts, which I do recommend shaking it up, doing all three. But you got to see what's working for your business. What do your patrons, your audience, what do they resonate with? And go with that. Sometimes it does take a little testing, and that's part of marketing, is testing. And that's okay. But they do say that reels perform a lot better normally than a regular post. So keep that in mind as you are creating content. Don't be afraid of the reels, all right? Don't be afraid to get on there and just hit record and do your thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to look like an influencer. Just get on there. Let them see who you are. Let them get to know you and like you. Build that like, no trust factor so that they want to work with you. Now, within each platform, you do have a lot of different options for what you can do. So keep that in mind too, as you're starting to dig into everything. Learn what is good about Instagram, what's good about TikTok, even what's good about YouTube, right? And don't forget to stay up to the trends, at least depending on what your business is. Sometimes it's not going to matter, but overall, those trending sounds, those trending videos, they perform better. They help you get seen in front of more people. Now, there's been talk about a big change with the algorithm on Instagram, and I am going to cover that in another video for you because it's kind of a little bit more to go into. But what I will say is that reels are going to come into play a lot more, and make sure you are using those, all right? When you're doing social media, a lot of people forget about hashtags, or they use one hashtag, like hashtag me and my baby, right? But unless somebody is searching for you and your baby, they are not going to find you. So you need to have a strategy for your hashtags. And there's been talk, I know Instagram has a thing, I only recommend 5 hashtags because you don't want to look like you're spamming, but it's still kind of showing that the limit, that 30 limit hashtags, is performing better than those people that do the 5 hashtags. So if you're trying to really grow and get a new following, I would recommend testing that out, but probably doing more hashtags than 5. And then make sure those hashtags are relevant to what your video is about, so that when people come to the video, they are like, oh, this is what I was looking for. But also, those hashtags are relevant to what your target audience is already searching for, or the hashtags they follow. So going back to the pet groomer thing again, If you are a pet groomer and you want to show all the cute dogs that you groom each week, you could do a hashtag revolving around that, and people that love pugs would maybe find you. So if you do hashtag pug life or hashtag pretty pugs, I don't know, but those pugs will help draw that audience to you. So keep that in mind, use those hashtags wisely. And just remember, when you are doing all of this content, it doesn't have to be every day. Does that help? Sure. The more you put it out there, the more eyes you can get on it. But the biggest thing is just consistency. So don't throw 7 videos up in 1 week and then not do another video for another month. Instead, space those out, do 2 videos a week or reposts a week, whatever it is that you can keep up with, and then keep up with that. That helps the algorithm kind of get to know you and your space. And then don't forget about SEO when you are doing your descriptions and your posts and even your alt tags on your photos. Like, Google looks at everything. And when you are doing, especially if you're doing YouTube, make sure you are doing all those best practices so that the algorithm can learn what you're about and help you get shown in front of the right people. Because it can be a beast, it can be a lot, and it can be really frustrating, but with patience and kind of seeing what works for you, you can get there. Email marketing, the OG of marketing. So, email marketing, a lot of people are like, ugh, email, dead. No, it's not dead. It's just underutilized or overutilized, and sometimes people just don't exactly know how to use it for their business. So, one thing to always do is create that email list. And the reason for that is because that is your list, right? Those are people that have opted in and said, I'm interested, I like what you have, tell me more, or at least have raised their hand a little bit. So you own that list. You can use that list in whatever way you want, as long as they don't opt out, and make sure you do have that as an option because we don't want any in troubleness. But you can start doing a monthly newsletter with tips and tricks or helpful advice or offering a new promo, whatever it may be. You can start emailing them once a week and say, hey, I've got this great sweatshirt I saw you were looking at on my e-commerce site. It's on sale now. There's so many ways that you would want to use email marketing to get in front of your target audience over and over in a way that you can control, right? You can control if they get that email. Whereas when you're doing social media or paid ads, you're kind of leaving it up to the algorithm. And so using that email list, segmenting your audience, making sure your messaging is totally on point and fits what that person would be interested in can really be helpful. And don't forget about the subject line. That subject line needs to be something that makes that person go, oh my God, I need to open this or I'm going to die. Okay, maybe not that bad, but it needs to have that sense of urgency. You need to get them to open it. And inside of that email, make sure that it is something that is easy to read. Nobody wants to get an email with a word wall, right? Visuals, bullet points, keep it short, keep it sweet. Have a good call to action to get them to do what you want them to do. And then get them back to your website, get them back to your e-commerce store, whatever it is. But use that email to show them what you have to offer and get them to go, I need this. I'm gonna go over here, click on the button, and I'm gonna get it. All right, so why does all of this matter? Why do you have to do all of this? All right, so multi-channel marketing, right? You've got your email, you've got your paid ads, you've got your SEO working for you on your website, and you've got your social media marketing. So in this way, you're hitting all of these different types of users. Some of them don't want to go on social media to learn about businesses. Some of them don't use email. If you're like 20 years old, you probably have never checked your email. Just kidding. The point is that you want your business to shine online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? So hit them in every way you can. So I hope this has been helpful for you today. We have only touched the surface on all of these marketing strategies, and I am here to help you along with doing this, growing your business, getting your marketing off the ground, soaring to new heights. So if you need any help at all, please reach out. The links will of course be in the description. And if you found this helpful today, please remember to like and subscribe, because we are going to be sharing all the tips and tricks for you to help you grow your business and kill it in the marketing world. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.